Guys, I just had such a nice Domino's pizza. You know when like you're really hungry and you order a pizza because you're being lazy, and they do a good gluten-free one there, and that garlic dip, oh my god. Anyway, hopefully I haven't got it around my mouth. Hi, how are you all? Sorry for the random start, but I just had to share that with you lot. You'll appreciate that if you're a pizza lover like me. So, today I'm starting the Christmas party vibes. I have even curled my hair. I know, I'm committed to this cause. I'm even wearing a sequin jumper. That's not too much of a struggle considering half my wardrobe is sequin. What I don't know is exactly what makeup look I'm doing. I'm going to kind of work it out as I go along, but I know it's going to be some sort of blue, glittery, smoky eye-ness. So I'm going to get stuck into this. If there is any suggestions for party looks that you guys want to see, do put them below, and also have to check out my other videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not. I'm so excited about Christmas. I mean, I won't go off on a Christmas rant again like I did last week, but I literally love Christmas so bloody much. So I've done my brows already. I've actually used precisely my brow pencil and 24-hour setting gel by Benefit. I do my brows first because it then balances the whole face, ready for your smoky eye. And the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eye. That was my phone. Better turn it on silent. I'll be back. So the reason that I'm priming my eyelid is because I want this to stay in place all night long, said Lionel Richie. You know, you're going to be on the dance floor most of the time during Christmas parties. So I'm using Stay Don't Stray, one of my all-time fave Benefit products. So good. And it just evens out the eyelid. I use it as concealer too. I'll do that later. And it just helps to keep the eyeshadow in place and stop it from creasing, particularly when you're using a lot of shadow. Sorry, I literally went shadow. So blend that in. Alright, so what should I do next? Then I'm going to add like a really beautiful pearlescent colour. This is by Pat McGrath, honestly. It is so amazing. This is the Pat McGrath Astral White Pigments. I'm just going to dust, oh, come on. I love this. I'm just going to dust it over the lid just as a bit of a base colour. Now, you can use any type of silvery white, even a little bit of highlighter instead of an eyeshadow if that's what you've got. Although if you are a makeup junkie and love eyeshadows, all of Pat McGrath's eyeshadows are absolutely incredible. Honestly, the formulas are insane and they are definitely worth the investment. So dust that over. This eye looks smaller today, doesn't it? I mean, it definitely does now. My eye shrunk. Oh. Pretty sure it has, you know. Oh well, what can you do? Nothing. Nothing, can I? Okay, next we're going to go blue. So I love blue eyeshadows. I love it for parties. I love it for a smoky eye. I love doing something different when I'm doing a smoky eye. Different to a bronze or a black kind of eyeshadow. And blues are great because they really enhance your eye colour. But most importantly, they make the whites they make the whites of your eyes whiter. Which is perfect for party season because we're all a little tired, aka hungover. This is by NARS. You can see I've loved it because I've used it. Look at that bloody mirror. This is called Cressida and it is such a beautiful colour. Now when you're using colours like this, I always just tap onto the hand making that noise. Oh look, it's like a disco ball on my face. What's that from? No. Close the curtain. That didn't work. So I'm going to start in the centre of the eye. Really important. I haven't done my base just so you know, 'cause, you know, if I get any shadow under my eyes it won't be a problem then. So in the centre of the eye, and I'm just blending it backwards and forwards. Top tip, keep the eye open so that you can see your eye shape and just blend it backwards and forwards like so. And I'm just going to build it up to get quite a lot of shadow on there. And don't worry about the shape of it or anything right now. We're going to do that in a minute. So backwards and forwards on the eye like so. Then I'm just taking a clean eyeshadow brush and buffing backwards and forwards to get rid of those harsh lines. And what I've just decided to do is wet the product slightly to get a more pigmented finish, but I can't bother to go downstairs and get a cup of water, so I've got a bottle here. I'm going to pour it into the get my brush, dip it in the lid, pat it on my hand, pat it into the product, and then you see how much more pigmented that is. So you can do that with any eyeshadow. I always do bottom right hand side of my eyeshadow when I'm doing that, because otherwise if you get it wet all over, it can kind of ruin it when you don't want it wet. So bottom right hand side is what I always do when I'm wetting it, just there, so then I always remember. So I'm just putting this on the main part of the lid, so the lower section, I suppose you could call it. Oh, sorry. God, I do love wetting eyeshadows because it really does enhance the eyeshadow. Just make sure the brush isn't too wet. I'm going over now just with powder. Same powder. Just to almost set it. Now I'm taking a clean shadow brush and just blending in slightly from that join of the darker shade that was wet into the upward section that is dry, just to give it a more airbrush finish. Oh, I love this colour so bad. Now what I'm going to do is take the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette, and I'm going to use this blue Galaxy, so cool. I'm taking the same brush that I wet, so it's a little bit damp but not too wet, and I'm just going to push a bit of that into that lower lash line. Just adds a texture. It's really beautiful when you add different textures to your eyeshadow. And then when I was clearing out my kit, I found this. It's by Collection. Got it in like a drugstore, so like I think I got it in Superdrug, and it's called Glam Crystals, and it's a gold liner, and it's a fast dry and long lasting, and I think it cost me about £2–3. I'm gonna press some of that into the lash line just for the sake of it, to add a bit of gold. Oh yeah, great. Just a little bit. I'm always gonna sweep it up a bit so it's a bit imperfect, because I don't want it to be like a solid line. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to clean up underneath my eyes. Now, I have pledged after seeing Blue Planet 2, and if you're in the UK, I think you can get it everywhere, but if you've seen it, I literally cried my eyes out, because there was a section on it about plastics and how they are killing our wildlife in the sea. Every time I go to the beach, I literally will go and collect all the plastic off the beach. I did it even when we were in St. Lucia, and like put it in a bin. Actually, one day I did it in St. Lucia, and I left it on the side in our room, and Theo thought someone had broken into our room and like slept in our bed or something, because there was all these plastic. He was like, someone's come in and left all this plastic stuff on the side and probably slept in our bed. I was like, no, that's just me collecting and recycling. Anyway, my pledge is now to just use cotton buds with wooden handles, so nothing with any plastic in it. And I've said for my whole team to do this, so this is like the whole 40 whatever people. Benefit, just so you know, they only use Q-tips with wooden handles, which is so great considering they're such a big company, and that's in the UK. I'm assuming they do the same globally, but I know that's in the UK. So then I'm just going to clean up under the eyes, and there is a lot of product fallout, and what I'm going to do here is swipe up, see that, at the angle of my eye. So swiping up from the corner of my eye just almost to the corner of my brow. They need to be lengthened a bit actually, just to give this really kind of cool shape. And I'll do the same on the other side. Right, next I'm taking the Bad Girl waterproof liner. It's black coal pencil, and I'm just going to go up here. Ooh, always feels a bit weird. I definitely should have sharpened this and I didn't, I'm really sorry. Into the upper lash line to make my lashes look thicker, and then into the waterline as well. Well, my eyes were a little bit red because I have done a few different makeup looks for work. It's so ugly when you do this, isn't it? But that'll go. And luckily the blue will make them look brighter in a way. And then what I'm going to do is take that black under the lash line, okay? Now, if you've got really, really small eyes, you can miss this step if you want. And you can just use like a nude or a pinky white liner in the waterline to make your eyes look bigger. But if not, then go for it. So, and if you've got small eyes, go for it as well and see how it looks if you want. Just blending that through with the bottom. And I am going to put a bit of blue over the top as well onto that. So the same NARS blue, just under, and you can see over the black, it just makes it even a bit more of a royal tone, which is so great. And I'm just taking my favourite crown brush, which is the C528, which is a really small headed blending brush. And I'm just blending that in a little bit, but then I'm going to do my base and then I'll blend some more. So I'm not actually going to do a whole step-by-step on how I do my base, because it's going to be the same as I always do it. There's loads of videos on that. So it's going to be highlighter underneath with my foundation and my concealer with a bit of Hoola bronzer and then a touch of blusher on the cheeks. Now a window cleaner next door, and I've got a window there without a curtain, and luckily I've got my big tree here, but he's going to basically be able to see what I'm doing and be like, this is weird. So I've added my base and my concealer, and where I've added that angle to the shadow, I've just used my beauty blender, just the tip of it, just to define it a little bit more. Just going to blend under there a little bit more, just so it's a bit more airbrush, because I find that sometimes when you put, I keep saying airbrush, but you know what I mean, like smoky, I suppose, because I do find that when I put my concealer on, sometimes you hit some of the shadow, even if no matter how hard you try, and you want it to look really soft. So there we go. And then to finish the eyes, I'm going to take that gold again and just put a tiny bit on the inner corners of the eye. I'm laughing because I can hear his ladder going up and down, and I don't know if you guys can hear that. I love this gold, it's so good. Then I'm going to take the Real Blue mascara and I'm going to put that on the bottom lashes. I love this as well, I love everything today. Guys, this is quite a lot of makeup for me, isn't it? Are you like, Leith? But you know, it's Christmas, isn't it? And the thing is even though it's quite a lot of makeup, it's not taking that long. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking a lot. It's not the longest thing ever. Look at that blue mascara. So good. Black for the top lashes. Like so. And then for the lips, I'm just going to finish with the Stila gloss in Kitten that I really like. I hope they still do this because I've had it quite a while. And then the final touch is taking my high beam highlighter again and just putting a little bit onto the apples of the cheeks. Just a bit down my nose there. And that is my blue glittery smoky eye for Christmas. I just love it. I think makeup's makeup, play with it, experiment. You can always take it off, try different colours. Blues are great, like I say, for making the whites of your eyes look whiter. This is an easy look. You know, my whole thing with makeup is I'm not going to show you something that needs 38 different eyeshadows to do, because who's got time for that? You know, I've used one eyeshadow. One eyeshadow, and I've wet it to get a different depth of colour, and then I've just used an eyeliner, a little bit of gold glitter and mascara, and I think that that is really key. I did put that kind of whitey colour underneath, but you can see that slightly, but that's not a necessity. So play, experiment, have fun. Let me know if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up if you have, comment below, let me know what you liked about it. And if there's anything else that you want to see, also let me know. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do. Oh, and make sure you turn on that notification, that little bell thing, because apparently that helps you see my videos. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will see you next Sunday for another party look. And for now, I would say I'm going somewhere glamorous. But I think I'm just going to go take the makeup off, have a bath and get in my pyjamas. Happy Sunday. See ya.